You're awkward. That's why you're here. How to look less awkward on camera. I get it. And we're going to talk all about awkwardness, because awkwardness can be a strong suit and awkwardness can be a huge turnoff. Let's get into it now. Hey guys, I'm Gwendolyn. I'm the content creator's best friend. I'm here to simplify your video creation, make your life easier when it comes to creating content on camera, either live or recorded. And today we're talking all about how to be less awkward on camera and how to take some of that awkwardness, depending on what side of, there's a scale, there's a spectrum, right? There's a spectrum for all the things. There's a spectrum for awkwardness. On camera, I like to call the spectrum fun and crazy weird and mannequin. So you could be on the spectrum anywhere. I'm somewhere on the weird side of things. But if you're enjoying this content or other videos that might be a little more polished, you can subscribe and hit that bell. And if you're ready to learn about awkwardness on camera, give me a thumbs up and say, I'm ready, on the comments below. Okay, so let's talk about the spectrum first. The spectrum of weirdness and awkwardness on camera. Like I said, there is a sweet spot of being yourself on camera. There's an awkwardness in real life, right? When you're just hanging out with people or just being yourself. And then those people sometimes think they're going to be terrible on camera because they're awkward in real life. That's not true. It's not true. Stop telling yourself that. No. The reality is your awkwardness in a fun, weird way and just like being yourself, that's relatable. That's totally relatable. So that type of awkwardness, if you are searching the internet right now and you found my video because you want to be less weird and fun and engaging on camera, I'm telling you right now, stop looking. I'm glad you found this one. I want you to stop looking and I want you to embrace that power that you have right now, because people will want to learn from you because your personality resonates with someone. I promise it's going to resonate with someone. What you think is weird, what you think is awkward, is probably resonating with someone. Now there's a different side of the spectrum, so hang tight for that if that's you. But for right now, if you are the kind of person that is looking to be less awkward on camera because your personality is just all over the place and fun and weird, embrace it. I'm telling you, people do not want to hear from a broadcast journalist when they're learning how to live in a tiny house, right? They just don't, okay? So whatever you're teaching, whatever you're trying to become the authority in, I understand the pull to be that polished person that people really respect or whatever. People will still respect you because you're living that life, because you've achieved those things and they haven't, even if you don't come across as polished. So I'm telling you right now, stop searching. Stop. Embrace it. Embrace your weirdness. Go with it. Roll with it. Stop searching. Glad you found this video. You're done. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, there are awkward, weird people that really need my help. And I see you. So I see you. They're probably really easy to talk to. As soon as the video camera or their phone or whatever, as soon as they start recording or going live, they clam up. And they're mannequins, right? And they're just like robots and weird, right? So that's not a good weirdness. I don't want you to embrace that weirdness. So if you are here looking for help on that side of the awkwardness of the camera, I got you. I got you, boo. All right, so number one, I want you to think about when you're on camera, if it's a recorded video, do several and be okay with that. Don't settle for the very first take. Don't tell yourself that this is it. If this is something that's going to be uploaded later, go for however many it takes to loosen up. I'm okay with it. You're okay with it. Map out the time, make it happen, okay? If you need to start with shorter videos, break up your content so that you can get the content out and you're not spending like a million years creating a piece of content. But if you need to, just take the time to do it right, you know? I need you to be okay with not having a perfect performance. Just be okay with that. And the other side of that is, because you are striving for this perfection, because you are striving for something that doesn't exist for you, I want that to sink in. That isn't you. You are creating a persona that is really hard to engage with. And engagement is everything on these platforms. Any platform you choose, if you're creating video, you have to be engaging. And if you are clamming up or becoming a mannequin because you just cannot be yourself on camera, remember that it's not about you. It has nothing to do with you. The people who are coming to see your content, if they are just organically finding you and searching your content, they are not coming to see what you're wearing today. They're not coming to see how much weight you've lost. They're not coming to see you be as polished and broadcast journalist as possible. Just think about high school and what teachers really resonated with you. Were they the ones that were up there who just were really hard to engage with, were hard to listen to, they put you to sleep? Or were they the ones that really encouraged that conversation? It is hard to want to keep a conversation going with someone who answers with one word, after a question like yes or no. So make sure you're creating that conversation and you're creating that openness in yourself, in your posture, in the way you're talking, that is going to help you feel a little more open and engaged. Like I said, you can do this a couple of times if it's recorded. If it's a live, I want you to remember that there is only one person watching on the other side of the screen. I don't care if there's millions. I don't care if there's 5. I don't care if there's really just one. There is one person on the other side of that screen, and it is a FaceTime call now. It is a FaceTime call, and it's your best friend, and they are calling because they really need your help. They know that you're really good at social media, and you're the person to call about how to do blah, blah, blah. That is how you're going to approach your lives. Always, always, always. If you are rigid in your lives, I want you to find that one person that you can think of is on the other side and how you're just helping them. Again, that goes back to, it's not about you. It's not about you. Stop thinking about you. We care about the value you're bringing. Bottom line, I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. And hopefully it helps. It helped me. If you guys know, I've said this many times before, extreme introvert in high school, went into public speaking, I know, like you do, and I kind of understood that. I understood that it's not about me. I am a vessel for some other value that I'm putting out there. So people aren't really paying attention so much to what I look like or all that stuff. It is somewhat how you present it, for sure, absolutely. That is something that you can get better at. I have been working on my presentation skills for 20 years, guys, and I'm still awkward. And I've learned to go to one extreme and become broadcast journalism type because I was on television, and then I found YouTube. And after being on television for so long, I had this rigid presenter voice, and it wasn't engaging. It wasn't engaging, and it wasn't right for my audience on YouTube. So I had to change my persona on camera. And now I help other people who are kind of on this weird spectrum of like, who am I on camera? So my point is, awkwardness is something that you should definitely embrace on one end of the spectrum. On the other end of the spectrum, if you are too stiff, like I was when I came from television to YouTube, I want you to find ways to take the focus off of yourself. Take it completely off yourself and focus on the other person on the other side of that camera, even if it's just one other person. I want you to stare down the barrel of your camera and really talk to that person like they are genuinely your friends. They're not over there judging you. They're not over there judging you on what you look like or if you stumbled on something. They honestly are there to learn from you. So having that confidence is one thing, but going so far on the spectrum of being like a robot is a bad thing. That is not inviting a conversation and engagement. So I want to encourage you today that there are ways to be less awkward on camera, but just embrace some of your awkwardness. Embrace some of your awkwardness and go to the other side of the spectrum and try to find a happy medium that works for your audience, but don't turn off completely. Don't strive for polished, because maybe your audience wants someone who's super real and is not polished. Remember, it's all about the audience. It's about your audience. It's about you guys. It's not about me. It's not about who I am on camera. I very much could deliver to you in a very broadcast journalism way with a teleprompter, and you'd be like, wow, that chick's good at that. But I don't know if you'd really resonate with the content, and I don't know if we'd ever start a conversation. I never want to come across on camera to my audience as someone who is unreachable, unattainable, and someone who it would be really hard to get in contact with. My doors are wide open, and my messages, my private messages on all platforms are wide open, and my content kind of supports that now. But I'm hoping that these few tips can help you out. If you need any more help, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to reach out to you and hear more about some of the struggles that you're going through. But just know that awkwardness on camera is actually a good thing, and embrace it. And if you're awkward on camera because you're a little stiff, there's lots of exercises that I'd love to help you with. But for right now, I want you to keep in mind that it's not about you. Your audience doesn't care. And they really, really, really just want to learn from you. They just want to learn from you. And just remember that. You know, you're talking to your best friend that realizes, hey, you're the right person to talk to about living in a tiny house because you live in a tiny house. Or, you know, you're the right person to talk to about going vegan because you've been vegan for 3 years. It doesn't matter what your personality is. You're an expert in that topic. Take this to heart. I love you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you're working on and how I can support you in it. I'll see you guys next time.